Spurgeon here with RevZilla TV to talk to you today about the Cortech Super 2.0 tail bag available at RevZilla.com. So this Super 2.0 tail bag is going to be a nice quality bag from Cortech, and you're going to see it in 14 liters as well as 24 liters. This is going to be a nice universal bag that's going to work for any motorcycle out there, and it's also going to be a bag that's going to work directly with their Super 2.0 luggage system. So if you have the Super 2.0 luggage, this is going to bolt directly to that. Because this has a universal option as well as that direct option, install on this is going to be a 1 out of 3 on our BSD, or beard scale difficulty for installation. 15 minutes to 20 minutes in the garage, you're going to be able to have this bag on your bike and out riding. We'll talk more about install at the end. Right now, I want to jump in and talk about what sets the Super 2.0 apart from other tail bags out there in the market. So Cortech has really strived to give the rider enhanced performance through their luggage, through their gear. They really want to make an easier, more enjoyable experience for you out there on your motorcycle. And the 2.0 does that by giving you a nice quality bag that's easy to use, and it really adds a lot of versatility to the back of your bike. Now, Cortech is the sportier version of Tourmaster. Tourmaster and Cortech are the same company. Tourmaster is a little bit more classic looking. Cortech is a little bit sportier looking, but both have the same quality. I tell you this because I've spent the past 7 years going back and forth across the country on long haul trips using Tourmaster luggage, and this stuff simply holds up. It's not the flashiest, fancy stuff out there, but it really does the job, and that's the most important thing. So what you see with the Super 2.0, you have two different sizes here. You've got the 14 liter on my left, and you've got the 24 liter on my right. I'm going to focus on the big boy because all the characteristics are exactly the same between the two. The only thing you're going to get with this one is you're going to see it has the expandable side pouches. So if you don't want the extra room, you don't want the expandable side pouches, you know right off the bat you're going to want to go with the 14 liter. So with that being said, let's talk about what sets these bags apart. So first and foremost, the fabric that you're going to see within this bag is a 1680 denier ballistic polyester, and what that really does is it holds up over time. Again, like I said, I've used these style bags for about 7-8 years and they don't wear out. The thing that you're going to see with this is there's a unique jacquard fabric, and that's going to be an 1800 denier, and it's going to be triple layered. So what that means for you is it's going to have a nice rigid look to it. So even when this bag is completely empty, it's not going to be flopping around. It's going to stay nice and upright. Just a nice aesthetic quality, so you don't have to have the bag packed to the 9 to make it look nice in the back of your bike. Now, the other things I want to point out while we're looking at the exterior of this bag, first, you're both going to have a nice rubberized handle, and you're going to have these hooks here. One of the things that Cortech includes is a shoulder strap. So when you get to where you're going, you can pull it off, you can throw this over your shoulder, and you can wear it around without having to worry about leaving it back on the bike. The other thing that Cortech is going to include is there's a nice little pocket on the back. And if you open this up, there's going to be a rain cover in here. So you can pull this out, you can cover up your bag, and you're not going to have to worry about your belongings getting wet. Now, some folks will say, well, I don't want the rain cover, I want to use this as a separate pocket. That's fine, you can do that, you can pull it out. After being caught in the rain numerous times, I always carry my rain cover with me, and I like the fact that Cortech is giving you a nice little pocket to be able to not have to worry about flopping this in with your main gear. So with that being said, let's open this up and take a look inside. As we're looking at the top flap here, as we're opening this up, you're going to see the nice reflective qualities up top. So if there is someone coming behind you, this is going to have a nice reflectivity to the top of it. You're going to have proprietary Cortech zippers, and you're also going to see that it looks like Cortech has mugged Santa Claus, stolen his jacket, and then lined the interior of their bags with this nice soft red felt. I'm pretty sure they're going to be in the naughty list this year. But joking aside, you're going to see that this is going to offset. The reason that I like this color, it offsets anything you have in here. So if you have tools or anything like that, you're going to easily be able to see it because of the contrasting red. You're also going to see up top, you have a nice little storage pocket. You're also going to have a little mesh pouch here. And then if you want to carry a tire pressure gauge or a pen, you can have a few little spots right here. The other thing that I want to point out that I really like what Cortech did with this, and I wish I saw it in other manufacturers, is when you expand these pockets on the side, they've added an extra little rigid flap that comes down. So this pops out, and a lot of times when you see a bag pop out, it kind of flops around. So what Cortech has done, and I don't know if you can see it in here, but there's a little plastic flap, and it pops down, and when you pop that down, it simply adds rigidity to the bag, so you don't have this flopping around. So for those of you out there that want to use it in a 24 liter capacity, it's going to have a nice rigid look to it, and it's not going to be flopping around on you. And if you want to close it back up, you simply pull that down, it slides in, and you zipper it back up. One of my biggest complaints when I'm looking at the soft luggage is that when you have these expandable bags, they don't tend to keep their form, and Cortech has done a really nice job of solving that issue. So, last thing I want to do is I want to flip this over and I want to talk about the bottom. So Coretech is giving you this removable flap, and it's going to be held on by Velcro. And what that does is it gives you a mounting point for the actual bag itself. So if you put this over a painted part in the back of your bike, it's going to sit there, it's not going to scratch the surface of the painted structure. The one little nitpick that I have with this is I would have loved to have seen Coretech design this where this stays permanently mounted on the bike, and then you simply throw the bag on and off. Simple little nitpick because of the fact that Coretech gives you so many different mounting options for this bag. So let's start with, if you guys are out there and you're rocking a Super 2.0. The Super 2.0 luggage system, this is going to mount directly to it. You've got these hidden little straps down here, you pull them out, you buckle it straight in, and it's 4 straps on, 4 straps off, really easy to do. For those of you out there that are using this as a standalone universal piece, Coretech is going to include 4 universal mounting straps. And they're going to come again with this nice neoprene-lined little holster for it, so you don't have to worry about it rubbing on any hard parts in your bike. You're simply going to mount one end around a hard frame rail on your bike or a hard tail point, and then the other end just clips onto the little clips right here. Really easy. And that's why when we talked about in the beginning, install for this, it's going to be a 1 out of 300 BSD, or Beard Scale of Difficulty, for installation. Depending on whether or not you're using this with a Super 2.0 luggage, or whether or not you're using this on a universal mount for the back of your bike, you're going to be able to get this installed in 15 minutes to a half an hour. It's not going to be a heavy lift for you. As someone that's used this gear, that's really spent some time with it, it's great gear, it holds up, it's simple in its design, and it gets you from point A to point B with all of your belongings intact. And that's really what we're looking for in a luggage system. There's a lot of folks out there using Coretech luggage. If you want to hear more about what they have to say, do me a favor, click below. Read other riders' opinions about the Coretech luggage they've used on their trips with their motorcycles. If you have more questions for us, never hesitate, get us on the phone, 877-792-9455, or simply type us out an email, cs@revzilla.com. Thank you for joining us for this look at the Coretech 2.0 tail bag. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.